Okay, so this is a chemical hair relaxer. The most common chemical we use is sodium hydroxide. Again, you want to, this is done on dry hair, and you want to recommend to your client that they not shampoo their hair 24 to 48 hours prior to service, okay? The very first thing you're going to do is apply protective cream around the entire hairline. Tops of the ears. And again, you don't have to wear gloves for this part. We also are going to base the scalp area, similar to the way you applied product for the scalp treatment, okay? I'm just gonna demo one quadrant for you guys. This makes the hair and scalp really greasy, so I don't want you to have to do it in every quadrant, but know that you would base all 4 quadrants prior to doing a relaxer. So we're gonna take 1/2 inch subsections. You can use your clip. I like to hold a protective cream in between, again, this little area between your thumb and index finger. And I'm just gonna dab this on the scalp. Okay, I don't wanna scrape the scalp with this clip, okay, because again, I don't wanna irritate the scalp at all. I just wanna dab the product on the scalp, going down in 1/2 inch subsections. So you guys can go ahead and do this. And again, I like to use my clip to section. I like to keep my protective cream really close by to save time, okay?
My bad if you already said what we're using, but what are we using as the protective cream? Or do we have that?
The cholesterol that you guys have, the tub of cholesterol.
Got it.
Sorry if I didn't say that.
Thank you.
So again, you're going down in 1/2 inch subsections and just gently dabbing the base cream on the scalp. So protective cream around the hairline, base cream on the scalp. So again, I'm not rubbing hard, okay? I don't want to irritate the scalp, just dabbing, but thoroughly applying the product to the scalp. And again, going down in 1/2 inch subsections. And when you're done, clip it back up. And again, you would do this on all 4 quadrants, okay? But I don't want your hair, doll heads, to get super greasy, so we're only doing it on 1. There are 2 applications that you guys have to become familiar with. The first is a virgin application. That's for someone who has never relaxed their hair before. And that application is 1/2 inch. Actually, we'll do, basically it's 1/16 of an inch away from the scalp to the porous ends. Okay, so this product never goes on the scalp. 1/16 is almost on the scalp, but not quite. So 1/16 of an inch away off the scalp to the porous ends. And what's the reason we don't put it on the porous ends? So porous ends is no greater than 1 inch. And what's the reason we don't apply the product on that?
Because they're more fragile.
Right, it's porous and it's going to process more quickly, okay? So we'll talk about the second application after. So we're just going to do a virgin application in one of these quadrants here, okay? You're going to put your gloves on because we're about to touch a chemical. And I'm also going to apply a protective cover. So I'm putting a paper towel here to protect the other areas of the head where I don't want product to get on. Because again, for a relaxer, the chemical change happens first. So as soon as you apply the product to the hair, it starts working. So time is of the essence with this procedure, okay? I'm going to put my shaving cream in my bowl. Shake it up. And I just like to use the tip of my brush usually. Okay, there's a hair. So I just, again, like to use the tip of my brush. So again, the application, so I'm going to take 1/4 inch subsections, really small. I'm going to apply it 1/16 of a way off the scalp to the porous ends, top and bottom. So again, almost on the scalp. So really nice, smooth movements. I turn my brush to the side for this one. And then I lay it down. I'm going to take another 1/4 inch subsection. I like to hold it at the ends with kind of a lot of pressure, a lot of temp, like pull it kind of hard. So it's easier to apply the product. So 1/16 of a way away from the scalp. Top and bottom.
Not the ends though, right?
Not the ends, to
Okay.
the porous ends, right. On the second, so this is the first application of a virgin relaxer. On the second application, you're going to apply it to the ends. And I like to crisscross them when I lay it down. So I put the other section here. I like to crisscross it so it's easy to bring down the ends. Because whenever you're done with a quadrant, you need to bring it down. Again, 1/16 of an inch away from the scalp. You want to make sure you have enough product. And again, I'm holding this section up. I'm holding on to the porous ends actually. So really nice and smooth. I want even saturation. You see how it's white? That's how it should look. Okay, do you guys see that? And again, I have an inch that's not, has nothing on it. That's the porous ends. And again, I'm gonna lay it down gently. Take another 1/4 inch subsection. One 1/16 of an inch away from the scalp. Again, on the top and bottom, I'm holding on to those porous ends. Not touching the scalp. Laying it down. Again, really even saturation. Can you guys see okay at this angle?
Yes.
Okay, good. So again, 1/16 of an inch away from the scalp to the porous ends. And again, porous ends is no greater than 1 inch. You're doing the top and bottom. Again, this is the first application. The second application, you would apply the product to the ends. 1/4 inch subsections. I'm using the tail of my brush to section. And you're going down the cuticle scale. And again, I crisscross the subsections as I lay them down to make it easier to bring them down when I'm done with the quadrant. So for state board, you just have to do one subsection of this application. That's it. Again, really even saturation.
Oh, what do you exactly mean by like crisscross? Like when you put the hair down?
Yeah, when I put the hair down, I'll put one to the right, the next one to the left. One to the right, the next one to the left. So it's easier when I bring these down to just grab the ends and put them, take them down.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And again, if the subsection gets too long for you, what do? You split it in half, right? You can tilt the head forward as you get down to the bottom and make it easier for you.
Hi, Miss Mush. I'm sorry again. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi, it's okay. Just, you'll probably have to watch the video.
Okay.
So you can just watch along right now, and then you could do this on your own later and submit it, okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You'll probably be able to do, just section your doll head in 4 right now, and
Okay.
you can do, you'll be able to do the retouch at least, okay?
Okay.
So when I apply it, I have enough product on my brush, but I don't go right up to the scalp right away. So I'll do it probably about 3/4 of an inch away, and then I'll go forward to get that 1/16 of an inch away from the scalp. But I want enough product on the tip of my brush to ensure for even saturation. And on the longer areas, I have my brush flat. On the narrower, I turn it to the side. It helps me saturate it and makes it look more smooth. And again, that's my personal preference. That works for me.
So Miss Marsh, are you starting from the top and then working your way down?
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So we always brush from top to down, right? We never brush like the other way.
Down the cuticle scale.
Okay.
You could start at the bottom if you wanted to, but then it's just a lot of clipping, section again, you know. So I just like to eliminate all the clipping.
Oh, I meant like you know how we were brushing it like this.
No, I know what you're talking about. I was responding to the other question.
Oh.
But you're going down the cuticle scale, not this way, not up.
Okay.
That's
So
what you were asking, right?
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
never up, right? Like
No.
okay.
Nope. Uh-oh. Okay, and then I'll wait for you guys to finish this quadrant before moving on to the next step. Okay, so now from the bottom, I'm gonna do the second application and I'm gonna demonstrate the smoothing process, okay? You're gonna smooth the hair with the spine of your rat tail comb, all right? Never the teeth, because again, sodium hydroxide swells the hair, and if you use the teeth, it's gonna stretch it out too much and cause breakage. So I'm gonna grab the first subsection. I'm gonna apply it to the ends, top and bottom. And I'm gonna take the spine of my comb, go all the way to the scalp. And I'm also gonna use my fingers, okay? So I'm gonna smooth it with the comb first and then my fingers bringing it down. I'm gonna get the next section, apply it to the ends. Do the base area with some pressure with the spine of the comb and then bring it down. So again, applying product. And if it's dried out a little bit, I can reapply. Applying to the top and bottom. Again, going all the way to the scalp. So you can smooth just with the comb if you want, and you can also smooth just with the fingers. Again, scissoring in this kind of motion, okay? But I like to I think you can get closer to the scalp without touching the scalp with the spine of your comb. Again, see, it's really easy to bring these sections down if you crisscross them.
You're still not supposed to touch the scalp area, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I'm applying product to the top and bottom. Going close to the scalp. And going down. I'm keeping my comb in my hand. Applying product to the top and bottom of the ends. You can put excess product that's on your comb on the hair.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
This would be like the second application?
Yes.
Okay. And you know how we're like pulling like the hair down with our fingers? Is that because like we're trying to get all the chemicals like towards the end, like end of the hair?
No, we're smoothing it. We're trying to straighten it with our hands. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
We're applying it to the ends, and then now we're starting the straightening. This is a straightening process.
So we're supposed to like,
hair. So the hair is going to be in a straighter shape, but it's going to be doing that because I'm combing and smoothing the hair with my fingers. So this is what straightens the hair now.
okay. So we're supposed to pull it with tension, right? Like,
Yes.
okay.
And this is kind of how it should look, nice and smooth. So it's always a good idea to have a wet towel, a clean wet towel off to the side to wipe your hands, okay? So the retouch application, where the ends are, the midstream and ends have been previously relaxed. So they already have sodium hydroxide on them, okay? So we're just doing the new growth right here. So this is typically done probably every 4 months, all right? So there probably is about a couple of inches of regrowth, okay? It can be done more frequently, but it's easier to see the regrowth because remember, when you overlap on previously relaxed hair, what happens?
It'll break.
It breaks off. Exactly, it breaks. Okay, so we're gonna take horizontal subsections and we're gonna take 1/4 inch subsections, okay? So again, there's 2 inches of regrowth. So this application is how close to the scalp? Anyone want to take a guess?
You said it's gonna be 2 inches of regrowth?
Yeah. So where do I start the application?
Was it said 1/16 of an inch, right?
That's right. Yep. 1/16 of away off the scalp, out 2 inches. So aim for 1 inch, okay? So top and bottom. And we're gonna work our way all the way down. So 1/16 away from the scalp, 1/16 of an inch, out 2 inches. Because the heat from the scalp is gonna make the product work its way down toward the scalp. So again, hold it pretty tight. You can do it closer now. You don't have to hold the porous ends. Probably about 4 inches back. And again, you want to try to keep the product on the tip of your comb. Of your brush. Quarter of an inch subsections. And again, if you don't know what 2 inches is, try to measure with your comb that has the inches on it. But you want to start becoming really precise with your application. For these smaller areas here, it might be a good idea to have your shorter brush out too. Your tint brush. Make sure it's evenly saturated. And then when you're done with the last section, just leave it up. All right, so now I'm going to demo. So we're going to take down 1/4 inch subsection. And using the spine of the comb, you're going to smooth from the scalp out 2 inches and stop. Bring down the next section, all the way from the scalp out 2 inches and stop. You don't go past that point because this has relaxer on it already and we don't want breakage. So you can just smooth the top. Again, using the spine of the comb, not the teeth. From the scalp out 2 inches. Again, you can put any excess product in the area you're smoothing. And that's it. And then when you're done, when you do a strand test to make sure the amount of straightness that you desire has been achieved, then you would rinse the hair for about 10 minutes, shampoo it with a neutralizing or an acid balance shampoo, or it's also called normalizing lotion, and then follow it with a good conditioner and then a leave-in conditioner.